What's up, everyone? Welcome to Dead with My Friends podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Nick.
Welcome to the pilot episode. I figured what better way to get to know us than talk about our top 10 favorite films of all time.
Right. You could learn a lot about a person based off of their top 10 flicks, right?
Exactly. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start from 10 and count our way down to our number one favorite film of all time. But before we get into that, I figure let's give some people like our back story.
Yeah. Background about how we know each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could start it off, man.
We had first grade class together. We became friends through the band Kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, met you in first grade. Dude, I remember, like, I was thinking about this, right? Like, leading up to, recording the episode, and I was, like, I was really taken back by how much I remembered. Dude, I remember when you left. Like, we'll get to that, but I remember when you left. I remember it so well. I remember what was for lunch at school that day. I know that that's weird, yeah. And
Was it those chicken sandwiches, those chicken patties?
no, it was the burgers, dude. But
The
they
burgers.
they don't you remember the school burgers were just like so good?
I mean, I remember throwing up on the tire swing too.
Did they let you go home early?
Yeah, it was Stromboli. Do you remember they used to serve Stromboli? Yeah.
Stromboli.
I swear to God, I'll never forget
That I don't
Stromboli
remember.
because I fucking threw it up all over myself on the tire swing. We were all on the tire swing. We were fucking swinging, and I was looking down, looking at the floor, and yeah, just vomited fucking Stromboli on me. But
Mom picked you up.
Mom picked me up, and I got to go home and play with my GI Joes. So it wasn't that bad of a day. And then we found out that we were distant relatives.
Distant cousins, yeah.
Yeah.
We have some family connection.
Yeah.
And whether or not we like are cousins by blood by any means, like it's been like 20 something years that we've been friends. So you've just always been my cousin. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yo, this is cousin Nick, your mom's Aunt D. We're best friends, cousins, brothers. We both collect horror movies, exploitation, and like 80s action films. And we figured we need to do a show and talk about films, particularly in our collection, as well as wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, just shooting the shit with fun people.
Exactly,
people, man. Like not limiting it to movies, even because like my interests go way further than just horror movies and movies overall.
Exactly.
And I know that your interests do as well. So I mean, I think just not pigeonholing the podcast or us, and then just like having the ability to have free, fun conversations with one another as well as
guests we bring on.
Guests we bring on, and we have quite the list of people that we're definitely going to be bringing on. So we're very excited about it. But yeah, like long story short, like Steven and I met in like first grade, and it was my second round in first grade too. I got held back actually, and I was like kind of like devastated about it in like a weird way. I was like, oh well, all my friends now are like moving on to second grade, and I got to go back into first grade. It was like so crazy. I don't even know if they hold kids back like that anymore.
I think they try to push them forward nowadays, but
So in my defense, it was great. Like I
because like would we even like met each other? I mean, I knew your dad before I knew you. Your dad was always over my aunt and
That's crazy, and I never knew that, man. I never knew.
Yeah, and so I think our paths would have crossed.
Just imagine it, though.
Yeah, but I'm happy you got held back because our paths crossed at such an early, influential age.
Yeah, first grade, man, we bonded on Kiss, really, man. Like we started talking about Kiss. We loved the theatrics, and then, once we had found out that we had like this family connection. We labeled each other. I'm like, that's my fucking cousin right there.
Exactly.
That's my cousin, and I mean
we're just doing shit together,
right? And then it's just like it was just a long time of us just bonding over music, dude, bonding over movies. But then you left first grade. You left
second.
Was it second?
Second grade. So my dad had passed away.
That's where the confusion was for me, and I'm sorry to
no, it's
cool. It was first grade you left, but oh man, second.
Yeah, so my dad passed away due to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 6, and then it just got so expensive for my mom to be a widow of 25 with 2 kids to live down here. Anyone that from New York knows how expensive New York is. We live in the Hudson Valley, and you know, we just had to pack up our bags and go an hour and 20 minutes up north to old Ellenville. But, you know, there was a period, you know, where we kind of lost connection, but you know, you would come up some weekends over the summer and shit for like special events, but you know, thankfully to social media in the early days of MySpace and Facebook, we just reconnected. And then, like, once I was able to drive, it was just like,
Yeah, that was it.
we got to make up for all these lost years.
I remember there being a point in time where we lost communication, you know, and those are the times where, you know, I'd have to get your house phone number, you know, like there wasn't cell phone number. We didn't have cell phone numbers, or, you know, there wasn't internet like that either, you know, no social media, you know, and then my dad was like the connect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because your dad lived up by me.
Yeah. So he was the connect, and I was like, "Can you get me Steven's number? Can you get me Steven's number?" And I remember, you know, we lost connection for a while. You're always on my mind. And then my dad called me up. He's like, "I got his number." And then I called you up that night, and then we were just on the phone for hours. I don't know if you remember, but I don't even think we talked about movies. I was just more curious on like what music you listen to.
Yeah.
Like, you still listen to Kiss. I was like, you listen to Mudvayne, you listen to Slipknot still, and then we were just like bonding on that. And then it was just like full steam ahead after that.
And then, like, also too, dude, like, we had both gotten into skateboarding in our own separate like terms.
Yeah.
So then we like really clicked over that. Once you got my number, you were like, "Hey, I'm coming up to my dad's for the weekend. You want to come with?"
Yeah.
Because your dad only lived like under 30 minutes away from me. You know, we would just go to Skate Time 209 and just
Skate Time was so much fun, man.
I miss Skate Time. Rest in peace.
Dude. Yeah, Skate Time was fun, man. We met John Leguizamo there.
Yes, we met John
Randomly.
Leguizamo. So random. He was taking his kids roller skating. Nick pointed it out, and he was like, "Dude, I think that's John Leguizamo."
I remember him from The Pest. Do you remember that?
I remember The Pest.
That's how I.
For some reason, I don't know why, but my mind went to Land of the Dead.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I was like,
of all the movies, I could be like, "Hey, man."
But you
like,
went up to him and you brought that.
I did. I was like,
he must have been like, this fucking kid seen Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
You know?
We were like 12, 13.
Yeah. Like, The Pest is understandable for like.
Yeah. Or I could have brought up Spawn.
Dude, yeah, but you have to like for a kid, that's like that'd be really interesting. Like for an actor to be like, "Oh, like this 12-year-old kid knows that I'm from Spawn," because he was like in heavy fucking makeup.
Yeah.
In Spawn, but not to go on the tangent of Spawn, but that's a fucking solid flick. I love Spawn.
The CGI hasn't aged so well, but I still got so much love for Spawn.
We'll eventually be getting. Yeah. We'll get into the whole CGI talk, man. I mean, I know you love CGI werewolves. That's your thing.
Not my thing. Not my thing.
You love them.
I'm all practical effects guy. Give me a guy in a rubber suit any fucking day.
Yeah, it's just what's so fucking hard about it?
I don't know, but people don't want to fucking do it anymore.
I just like I think about it and I'm like, is it really that much cost effective? You know, is it that much cost effective to do it like that? Because like, isn't that what it is? Or is it just a directing?
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to spend they don't want to spend the money on the effects. I guess it's cheaper to CGI the shit in, but it just never looks good. Never. But we could go on a whole tangent about CGI.
We'll eventually get on that on later episodes because like I can definitely feel myself getting a little riled up like, talking about CGI.
All right, before we get on any,
but yeah, no more CGI talk, no more tangents talk. But
I think it's time. Yeah,
that's you know how Steven and I know each other. So we've been best friends since first grade. So our first concert together, we saw Kiss.
Farewell
2000 tour.
Yeah, and we got Contact. Saw my first naked woman, I guess you could say, because you know it's Kiss, and you know people flash, and I'll never forget seeing at 6 years old, or well 7. We were 7.
I think it was about 7 years old.
You know, some girl in a Ace Frehley makeup, you know, flash and Kiss. As we're getting Contact high and falling asleep in our fucking Wendy's.
Yeah, that's rock and roll. Yeah, with the Wendy's.
Yeah, we fell asleep in our Wendy's. That's, you know, good fucking night. You know.
Good fucking night. Great fucking night.
Legendary fucking
20-something years ago to think about that, too. Like, what year was that?
22 years ago. Because it was 2000.
Dude, think about that. 22 years ago, you saw Kiss.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
The first time I thought about that, I was like, I can't believe that I can say that I saw a concert 22 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's, like, crazy to say. Like, that's almost like Like, you're an adult now. We're both going to be 30. You're going to be 30
In
next year.
January, yeah.
I'll be 30 this year, but
Dirty 30.
yeah, Dirty 30. MC Bravado, that's my boy.
30.
So we thought that, it'd be good for us to, go through our top 10. Steven and I, we bond quite a bit here at my home, at my theater. This is my couch, this is our couch, this is where we watch, all these flicks.
Many weekends spent on this couch in your little studio area, just, watching shit out of our collection. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And Steven opened me up significantly to movie collecting. I obviously collected quite a bit, but he opened up the door for me for like boutique label stuff, man, and just like all this stuff that I knew existed and never seeked out, things like that, So you opened me up quite a bit to all of this, and I'm grateful to be sitting here with you, to be recording this, for us to be able to have these conversations, and looking forward to seeing what's in your top 10. And I think, actually, I shouldn't say I think, I know that we're gonna have some similar titles.
Absolutely. And with our upbringing, there's definitely two on there that just go synonymous with us. And, our history.
So is your stack like? Are you stacked to like where it's like this is my 10 to my 1?
Yeah, my 10 to my 1.
I think mine's pretty much there. I've been bouncing back and forth a lot as far as like what my top 10 was. I don't know about you.
It took me some time, but I'm very confident in like my my rankings for my top 10, and just like it really just tells like my influence and like what I enjoy in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just horror. The spectrum broadens, and it's just like all films that like just became so influential to me, whether it was growing up or to like now.
Right.
So
without further ado, let's do it. We're gonna surprise each other. We have, the beautiful Bad Taste video t-shirt here.
Love my brothers in Bad Taste. Shout out Grizz and Mike.
Yeah. So I got my Bad Taste. I got my stack here. And then,
got it under the VHS Fest 666 shirt.
So let's do a little unveiling, man. So
oh fuck. Well, that didn't work out so well. But it's okay. I know the order of my stack.
Let's shoot the shit. So oh man, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
Don't touch me, you motherfucker.
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you though, I had just seen one of your top 10s, and it's one of my favorite movies, but I didn't put it in my stack.
Yeah, I have like one or two honorable mentions that I'll mention after. Yeah. Like after. But do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first. So
all
Steven, right. You go. What is your top 10? What is your number 10?
Coming in at number 10, it is The Cannon Group, Sho Kosugi, China. Hopefully they could pick that up on there.
Yeah. Revenge
of the Ninja.
I've never seen.
Growing up as a kid in the 90s, Ninja Turtles was big for me.
I see.
Yeah, absolutely. And have a look.
I've never seen.
Three Ninjas. I was also, I was ninja obsessed. It's the 90s. Ninjas are the shit. Yeah. My grandmother died. There was a time where you could rent movies at Price Chopper. Not many people remember this. I don't know if Price Chopper was just a New York store, but
I don't ever remember one near here.
They had them up in Middletown, and my dad's mom at the time, she lived in like the Middletown area.
Right.
And she would always take me to Price Chopper when I'd spend weekends to her and rent videos. It's now their floral section, but at the time it was a video rental section. You would just use your Price Chopper card to like rent out your videos. I had seen this movie there. I just saw like the cover, and the cover is different than this one. It was like Sho who's on the cover, but it was like two ninjas fighting in the background on the skyline, and I was just like, this looks sick.
Is it New York skyline?
No, it's shot in Salt Lake.
Okay.
So, and I think they even just acknowledge like, yeah, it's Salt Lake. But
like, we're gonna do it.
We'll make it work. So this yeah. Well, it's the Cannon Group. They make anything fucking work, all right? The Cannon, dude, those dudes they're just like, oh, a movie? Yeah. All right, we can make it happen. And they, a lot of people who follow canon films, they know like the Ninja trilogy. So it's just like Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3, The Possession.
Okay.
And they're not related. They just all star Sho Kosugi, who is a martial arts master and knows like ninjutsu and shit. So it's legit. But anyways, the film opens up with our main protagonist, Sho Kosugi's family gets slaughtered by a clan of ninjas. Now keep in mind, dude, I'm 5 years old. I probably shouldn't have been watching this movie, but I was raised a little bit differently. Whereas like I was allowed to watch a lot of violent shit as long as like the sex scenes weren't really explicit or any kind of
right. But your mom wouldn't let us listen to Slipknot for some reason,
except for Liberate.
Yeah, Liberate Banana.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, it's a good memory.
Yeah. And you know, in the first 5 minutes, this fucking family gets slaughtered by this clan of ninjas. It is just, the fight scenes are really good. It's really violent. It really is a revenge film because, well, it's in the fucking title for one, but this dude Sho, his only surviving son he takes to America with his business partner, this dude Braden, who secretly is a drug lord who's trying to push heroin through these like geisha dolls in this Japanese gallery that they're running.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, it turns out Braden is also a ninja too secretly. And he's like, you know, shit goes wrong with the mob and he's owed money. So now he's become like a renegade ninja just killing people up in the fucking city of Utah.
We gotta watch
Dude, this movie is fucking kicked. Yeah. It's so violent.
I never got into ninja stuff until you, just so you know, man.
Yeah, ninjas are my fucking thing.
Ninja guy.
Which Ninja November is so fun. I think you should partake this upcoming November. Yeah. It's a good time.
I have a little bit of ninja stuff, man. New York Ninja.
New York Ninja is great.
Bruce Lee collection.
Yeah.
I haven't finished.
But canon ninja films are something of fucking beauty. So yeah, there's a whole fucking final fight scene on the top of the skyline between Sho and his friend Braden where they battle it to the death. It is fucking sick. The score is awesome. There's also this random fight scene in a park that involves this like street gang, and like the gang of characters, there's like some dude in a cowboy hat with a mustache. There's a fucking dude with like a radio headset on roller skates. Like, it's just insane. The fight scenes are so fucking good. And our boy Don Shanks from Halloween 5, which I'm not a fan, he is in it. Him and Sho fight. He is an axe-wielding Native American badass, and him and Sho.
I love Don Shanks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, a nice guy. I've met him.
I definitely got to meet him. I'm not a big fan of fucking Halloween 5, but Don Shanks is cool.
Yeah.
And he was also in Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, so bringing it all full circle.
I didn't even know that. We're gonna have to do some deep dives into some ninja flicks, man.
Definitely.
I
think for Ninja November we should definitely do.
Yeah, that'll be an episode, man. We'll deep dive into some ninja flicks, dude.
But if you want a good kick-ass ninja film that's gonna leave you satisfied on violence, good fight choreography, and good score, Revenge of the Ninja is definitely worth checking out. That's my number 10.
That's your number 10. Dude, sick, man. All right, so my number 10 flick. So this is a movie that I know you definitely have a connection to. I watched the fuck out of this growing up, and I still continue to. The acting is incredible. The music is incredible. The direction is incredible. And I'm going to say that my number 10 flick is Tim Burton Batman. 1989.
Hell yeah.
Phenomenal flick, man. I mean, it's Batman, bro. It's like, this is like the definitive Batman for me. You know, there's so many Batman movies out there now. There's so many cartoons out there. Some of them are great, you know, some of them aren't. That movie just does it for me, man. Like, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Like, it's incredible.
Legendary.
Michael Keaton as Batman, dude. Like, him.
That is like my Batman.
He is my Batman, yeah, dude. Like, everybody has their Batman. I'll say my second Batman is Val Kilmer because Batman Forever is the shit, and I don't care what
that is a fun one.
That is so good, man.
Yeah.
I just love Tim Burton. You know, Tim Burton is definitely one of my biggest influences as far as, like, wanting to become a filmmaker goes. I've always loved the mystique of Batman. I love the grittiness of the movie. It's just so good. I don't really know what more to say about it. Batman '89 is my number 10 favorite flick.
No, good pick.
I watch it, like I said, man. I watch it very frequently. The soundtrack's great, man. It's a great.
It is Danny Elfman, right?
It's Danny Elfman,
Oh,
yeah.
It's gotta be.
But it's
Tim
amazing.
Burton,
It's dude.
Danny Elfman.
It's so nice to be able to fall asleep to listening to like the beginning of Batman. So good.
And the set design, dude.
Set
Burton,
design's amazing.
he's just got such an eye for things with, like, you know, how he expects his pictures to look. You know, great number 10.
Thank you. You too,
Right.
man. I'm excited to watch your number 10.
You ready for my number 9?
What's your number 9?
My number 9 is, now this is a dual pack, but
Oh, that doesn't fucking count, bro.
Bloodsport,
Okay.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I had shown you this a year ago for your first time.
Yes. That was a year ago.
That was a year ago. No, that was 2 years ago. My bad. That was 2
I
years
can't
ago.
believe it was that long ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Bloodsport is everything I could want in an action film. Again, good soundtrack. I'm a big Jean-Claude Van Damme mark. I just think he's the fucking man. Great, like, final villain, Bolo Yeung, Chung-Li. Fucking Kumite fucking theme song.
Right.
It's just an ass-kicking movie. You know, it's a tournament fighter movie for those that don't know, but if you don't know Bloodsport, you need to fucking do your homework, because Bloodsport kicks ass.
It was great.
Yeah, dude,
It's
Paco's
actually quite a bit since we had seen it. Like I said, dude, you've always been very into the martial arts stuff.
Yeah, my dad and grandfather, man, because my dad was a big Jean-Claude Van Damme mark when he was still alive. Like, I watched Bloodsport with him. I watched Kickboxer with him, Double Impact. You
Yeah.
know, like, my dad was huge into like that shit, and so was my grandfather. So,
My dad was more into NASCAR, so.
and fun fact about this action double feature, it also features Showdown in Little Tokyo, starring the late great Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren. Another one I highly recommend. It's not in my top 10, but I think both of these need a nice updated release because they are overdue. But yeah, back to Bloodsport. It fucking rules. It's a kick-ass tournament fighter with a great soundtrack, fucking great cast. You got Forrest Whitaker in it.
A young Forrest.
Young Forrest Whitaker, yeah. It's got the one head counselor from The Burning. She's in it. She's like the news reporter. Again, Bolo Yeung, and there's this Muay Thai fighter. His name's Paco, which he was like a legit Muay Thai fighter. He was my favorite fighter. I was happy to see him make it to like the fucking semifinals, and then him and fucking Van Damme are like kicking the shit out of each other. Van Damme's like, come on! Dude, that shit fucking hypes me up. This movie fucking hypes me up. If Bloodsport doesn't fucking hype you up, you've got no soul. Because Bloodsport fucking rules. That's my number 9.
I'm kind of hyped up thinking about it. Maybe we should watch it tonight. Maybe we should watch Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Maybe. We're definitely gonna, after recording this, we're definitely visiting Prey, because upon the time of recording this is the release of Prey.
Yeah.
And
I've seen good things.
I've heard and seen good things, and I'm very excited. I love that it's like involved in a Comanche tribe.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool new take. But yeah, so number 9, Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme's best. Another Canon group, Pictures. Yeah, love Canon, man.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
Canon fucking rules, dude.
Yeah.
We've got to watch the Electric Boogaloo, the Canon story.
Okay.
That's a great documentary.
Yeah, I'd love to check that out. So yeah, my number 9 is Jaws.
Damn it.
Jaws is my number 9, man. I was watching this last night. Might I add, this was a phenomenal release with the lenticular cover.
Yeah, I need that release. I don't know if it's out of print or not, but
I think it might be. But dude, they did an amazing job with this. They have a special feature in here where they go into the restoration of like the movie itself, and just like the little detail that they put back into it. It's just like, it's fucking incredible. But yeah, man, like this movie, like I could watch this almost every single day. I actually watched this the other day, and not only because like we were planning to do this episode, but just because it's like one of those movies that
It's a summer movie.
it's a
man.
summer movie, man.
And
like,
it was Shark Week a few weeks ago.
yeah.
So that would have been a good time to watch it.
Yeah, no, I did watch it,
Cool.
and one of my favorite things to do is when Kim and I go to the beach. When we come home,
Did you watch Jaws?
we watch Jaws.
That's awesome.
Have ice cream. And
Hell
watch
yeah.
Jaws.
Hell yeah. Way to vibe.
You know, it's a
Yeah,
vibe, bro.
It's a vibe, yeah.
You know, it's fun, but yeah. So Jaws, you know, doesn't hold back. You know, even from the fucking beginning, dude.
No,
like,
dude,
it
that
just
fucking
throws you
kid on the
right
raft?
in, yeah.
Holy shit.
It just throws you right in. I mean, from when you know that young guy and the girl are having their little mingle, and she goes in the water, and that's when you know we see the first shark attack. That's a great way to open a movie, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it doesn't really get boring at any times. I feel either, you know, and that's like a big thing for me is just like
For how long it is, too.
how long it is. Yeah, dude.
It's
I
paced
don't
so
even know what the runtime is on this, but
It's definitely over 2 hours.
it just doesn't. It never falls flat, if you ask me, man. And even the second Jaws was just amazing too. That was
Jaws
a great
2 is
sequel.
good. Jaws 2 is good.
Yeah,
Have you seen Jaws 4?
which is the one. Where does that take place? Is that
The
inside?
Bahamas. No, you're thinking of Jaws 3 when it's like in SeaWorld.
Dude,
Jaws
I don't
3D.
think-
But
Yeah, I
dude,
never saw four.
Jaws 4, it Bruce the shark roars.
Does he?
He roars,
No,
man.
you're fucking kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he roars. I had bought a copy of Jaws 4 The
You're
Revenge
kidding
because
me.
I'd never seen it, but I just got done riding the Jaws ride at Universal.
I did.
So,
I rode Jaws as
what
well.
a fucking
What a
you got-
treat.
what a treat. If you got to ride Jaws, you like consider yourself lucky because
It's gone.
it's gone. It would always break down, so a lot of times it was not up and running to fucking go on the Jaws ride. What an experience. Tori still talks about it to this day. She's still like she's terrified of the fucking mechanical shark. She
Should
thinks
be.
it's like haunted or some shit.
Should be.
Yeah.
You should fear the shark.
Yeah.
As it sits right now, Jaws is number 9 for me. So, what do you got, brother man?
Moving on to my number 8, it is I Saw the Devil, which I've got to thank you for showing me this film.
Of course.
What a fucking masterpiece.
It
This is the best revenge cat and mouse game I have ever seen.
Fucking A.
Korean films, they're really taking off. I mean, with Train to Busan, Parasite,
Yeah, Bong
great.
Joon-ho, man.
Yeah, great fucking
goodness,
movie.
dude. He's got some fucking flicks, man.
But I Saw the Devil. Wow.
Yeah.
The pacing, fucking great.
Everything about it was amazing. And you want to know something, dude? Like, how I found out about that movie, and I'm so glad it's on your top 10. It certainly
It
is.
left such an impression.
It certainly is one of my favorite movies. I don't know why it like escaped me as far as like why I didn't add that in my top 10. Maybe I'll take some stuff out. Maybe I'll take a movie out. I don't know. Or that's an honorable mention on my behalf. So, what is this? Magnet releasing, right? So I don't even really know if Magnet's around anymore. Do you know if Magnet's around anymore?
I don't. I've seen some Magnet releases out and about, but like nothing like updated. Like
Right.
oh, new release for.
I remember
Magnet
they were like
release
going like pretty strong. They had like a
in the
lot of
later
movies coming
2000s.
out.
Yeah.
So how I found out about I Saw the Devil was on Instagram somehow. I think it was through Magnet Releasing. I had won a contest and they sent me like 5 DVDs. And one of the DVDs was I Saw the Devil. And I don't know, like it sat on my shelf for a while. And then I remember it was a snow day and I was so fucking bored, bro. I like had no idea what to watch. And
Which it was perfect because that.
which was perfect because
scene,
it's
yep.
the beginning.
Yep,
It
the opening
takes place
scene.
in the snow.
Yep.
So I see this thing on my thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this movie a shot. You know, so I gave it a shot, and like you said, dude, like it was perfect for the setting that I was actually in because of how it opens and where I was. But dude, I was like, holy shit! Like I have been fucking missing out for so long on this movie. Like, why have I been sleeping on it? How come nobody is talking about this movie? I told my girlfriend about it. It's one of her favorite movies now. I told you about it. I knew that you would appreciate it. I told everybody about it. But yeah, like you nailed it, dude. Like it's the perfect cat and mouse. It's the perfect revenge flick. in my opinion.
It's just ridiculous from start to finish. This movie just does not give
doesn't give up at all.
And-
Dude, the taxi cab scene.
Oh my god, dude! What a swerve! What a swerve! And what I love too is the main villain, who's the serial killer, is the dude from Old Boy.
Yeah.
Fucking another great Korean thriller. And our lead protagonist, fun fact, he played Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe films. I know those aren't really. Yes.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
I know those movies get a lot of flack, but I thought his portrayal of Storm Shadow was really good. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his acting. Is he Byung-hun, I think is his name.
May I see this real quick?
Yes. And the dude from Old Boy, Cho Min-sing.
Yeah. What's this guy done? What is this director done?
What's his name? Oh, wow. Top 10. I don't even know the fucking director.
Kim Ji-woon. There was something significant that he had done.
A Bittersweet Tale of Two Sisters.
Tale of Two Sisters. All right, yeah.
There we go.
That's an honorable mention on my behalf as well.
Great fucking.
That's one of my favorite movies
that you put me on to.
Yeah.
I got to see A Bittersweet Life because it's also the same actor as well, the main actor.
Yeah. Yeah. So forgive me for my confusion. I thought that.
It's all good, man.
This is why
remember
fact
the director's name
is very important. But yeah, no, this film's amazing. I'm so glad it's on your top 10.
And it left such an impression.
And I'm glad that I was the one who actually showed it.
Yeah, you showed it to me, and that and Old Boy, I was just like, holy fuck, Korean cinema rules.
Korean cinema does rule, dude.
So
much good shit comes out of Korea, man. And I mean, we definitely need to take a dive into Asian horror, Asian cinema.
100%. We'll do some deep dives. I think Old Boy deserves its own episode.
That's my shit, dude.
Yeah,
that stuff impacts me on such a different level. It's just it's just that side of the globe has it so much fucking figured out.
Yeah,
filmmaking wise,
plot, writing, character,
everything,
twist,
horror.
They know what they're doing.
It's just, yeah, no, they absolutely do. So we'll be definitely taking a deep dive into all that. So what are we on now? So this
is
number
8. Yeah.
So my number 8 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm not gonna lie, I expected that to be a bit higher.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, I have, Leatherface.
Yeah. Pretty Woman.
The Pretty Woman, man.
Pretty Woman.
So yeah, this is Turbine releasing. This is one of their new 4K Ultra HD sets.
And that's a German company.
Yeah,
right?
This is a German company. I thought you knew about them. I thought you actually put me onto them. But no, they do some serious.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a single Turbine release in my collection.
You know how I found out about them when Arrow Video had done The American Werewolf in London, right? That had come out, and then not long after that was this crazy release that Turbine had did, and it was a 4K Ultra HD version. And I don't know, man. That copy just became so sought after. I remember there was this raffle page that I used to belong to. Did you? Were you on that too?
I never got on it, but I know you were pushing a lot of films on there. Yeah, or scoring a lot too.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was really cool, man. You had people who were just no bullshit, and you always got what you needed sold more or less. But yeah, no, that was highly sought after, and that's how I found out about Turbine. Could have sworn that you were the one who told me about them.
And I've got a couple of German media books in my collection, but not a Turbine release. No.
Yeah, so I have yet to actually watch this specific release, but it's one of my favorite covers. But yeah, man, I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's one of the fucking grittiest movies out there, dude. It's just it leaves you feeling so uncomfortable.
It still holds
gross,
up,
man.
It's the grit still holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking dinner scene is just...
Yes.
I feel like I'm losing my mind every time I watch it. And, I can only imagine what the actors felt smelling the rotten meat.
Yeah.
And, just being 110 degrees in there.
The circumstances of what it was like filming the movie, in the Texas heat in 1974. like filming a movie like this during that time, dude. Like so guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It sits with me a lot, this movie, and I think Leatherface is like one of the best like horror villains ever. And just his brother, the father.
Oh, dude, the father is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
You broke that damn door again. Like he's a fucking dude. Oh man, the dad is something.
Yeah.
And even like grandpa creeps me.
Yeah,
I have a thing with like decrepit old people.
The grandpa's
They just kinda
creepy,
creepy,
bro.
yeah.
It was a young kid who actually played him too.
Really? I did not know
Yeah.
that. There was a young kid under all that makeup.
Yeah, young kid under all that makeup,
Jesus.
man. He was like a teenager of some sort.
I
You
love
know?
seeing Franklin get his because he's just so
He's
fucking
annoying.
Yeah. So when
He's
his face
annoying.
finally pops out, and it's funny too because like Halloween, it doesn't have much blood. I mean, there's a little bit, but not a lot. And like when you think of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you think you're gonna get into this like really fucking gory
I
thing.
think it's gonna be a bloodbath. It's just unsettling.
But at the
It's an
same time,
unsettling
it's still
movie.
so effective.
Right. It does its job. You
Yeah,
know?
this was a big deal. The first time I saw it, like my grandfather, like I don't know why he held off on showing it to me, but he was like, I turned 10 and he was like, "All right, son, I think it's time we watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre." And we had gotten it on DVD from like Media Play, and yeah, man, just the fucking corpse on the fucking
Yeah, in the beginning.
yeah. Oh man, I was like,
All the grave robbing.
and I'd always known about Leatherface, but I'd never seen it up until that point.
Yeah.
So it was just like it was such a big deal once I finally saw it. Still leaves an impression to this day.
I can't remember the first time I had actually seen it, but it was definitely like a dollar video day. Just going into the horror section.
R.I.P. Dollar Video.
R.I.P. Dollar Video, man. That
We rented. I remember us renting like Goosebumps and like a few
Holy
other
shit.
flicks for like sleepovers and shit from there.
I wish it was still around. It still holds a huge place in my heart,
You still got a few tapes from there,
dude.
You still got your card?
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's fucking
dude.
awesome.
I found it in like a real.
That's great.
Like,
that should be like framed.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of it.
Yeah, I will definitely rock one.
Yeah, a lot
I
of people-
clearly, I definitely remember Dollar.
A lot of people
when I
would.
live down here.
It's funny, man. Like I don't know, man. I was going through like an old wallet and I had found the card and I was like, holy shit, like this is pretty awesome. And I go through those times where like I get like super nostalgic, right? So I have a Blockbuster card, right? One of my old Blockbuster cards, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna frame that or I'll do something with that. It's cool to just like have them.
Yeah, I wish I still.
But then like finding the
had my
dollar video one was
mom's Blockbuster card or whatever.
yeah, the one that I have is from California. I have
Oh,
an
okay.
interesting story behind like why I have that one specifically. I was like hunting a movie. I was hunting Zodiac. It was like an out of print copy. But yeah, no, I have my Blockbuster cards still. I think I have 2 of them. And then the dollar video. But yeah, I want to throw that on a T-shirt. I showed a bunch of people who I know who knew the video store. They're like, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
Good shit.
And,
Hell yeah.
I hit up the one of the owners who I still talk to a bit.
Oh, that's cool that
Yeah.
you still keep in touch with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, we still keep in touch. I mean, dude, that's where, I was like created into like the cinephile that I am.
Yeah.
Was going there, just sitting for hours, like looking through
I
all.
miss the smell so much of the video store.
Everybody
But
knows.
before we sidebar too much into video
Yeah.
stores and our nostalgia,
Yeah,
so I think you good if I move on to my number
yeah,
7?
good man.
All right, number 7. You don't have to be in Texas to have a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's exactly what you think it is. Pieces.
Nice.
Pieces.
Pieces is fun, man.
Pieces is probably one of my favorite slasher movies. It's so fucking wonky and crazy and gory.
Very gory.
I found out about it through Eli Roth. What's in My Basket, and he talked so much about Pieces. I was like, I gotta check it out because at the time I was on a big Eli Roth kick. I mean, Inglourious Bastards had just come out,
Right.
And
so you kind of want to like get into his head a little bit.
exactly, and
yeah.
What's in My Basket was a great way to like, okay, these are some films he shouted out, and he talked so highly about it. And I had gotten it for Christmas one year. I'd gotten the Grindhouse releasing DVD. Eventually I had to seek out this beautiful Arrow limited edition box set.
I have the same one.
Which is now, I think, out of print, but they're re-releasing a lot of like the 4K UHD ones, so I'm sure this will come back in circulation.
Yeah, they're really
if
milking
you're trying
them.
to hold out for that. Yeah.
They're really milking those 4Ks now.
Man, dude, Pieces. You know, it's
Spanish
just
film, right?
Yeah, it's a Spanish film. Shot in, or supposed to take place in Boston on a college campus. It's pretty much about this killer who's going around hacking up young college women and taking pieces of them and putting them together like a puzzle. Or his ideal of a perfect woman. And you know, there's the overdubbing, and there's this really random scene where this dude Kendall, Christopher George's wife, because Christopher George is in this as well, and so is his wife, and she's like going down a dark alley, and you think like the killer's gonna get her, and this dude just comes out of fucking nowhere and starts throwing kung fu kicks at her. Turns out he was like so there was a lot of like Bruce Lee ripoffs after Bruce Lee's death,
Of course.
so he was like one of those. He was like, and he's just like throwing fucking kicks at her, and his excuse is sorry, bad chop suey. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, why is this there? But it's so good. The fucking gore, and you know, there's a scene where this girl gets fucking sliced up in a shower. And it turns out they really like sawed through a pig body
really?
to make it look legit.
It doesn't surprise me.
Dude, this movie is fucking pretty heavy on the gore. I want to say 82.
Cover's fucking great, dude. Arrow does. Can I say?
Yes, absolutely.
Arrow does such a good job with these limited edition releases, man. Honestly,
there's also one scene too where like Christopher George's wife. It's an iconic scene, but she just like screams, "Bastard! Bastard!" like so dramatically, like. I guess because, you know, they didn't get to the girl in the shower in time and the killer got to her. Yeah. She's just, like, so over the top, but...
I've only had one viewing of that. I have that same box set, and I've only...
This is worth a revisit,
yeah,
because
that
ending, too, what happens to Kendall, because he's, like, this womanizer skis ball who's, like, trying to, you know, he's getting into everyone's pants, and he kind of gets his comeuppance at the end. It's quite the fucking ending, but... Oh man, I love Pieces. Definitely worth checking out. If you enjoy like 80s slashers, you like gore, you like bad, shitty overdubbing and just like wonkiness, check out Pieces. So yeah, number 7, Pieces.
I'm gonna have to revisit Pieces, man. It's
definitely worth
quite some time. So yeah, next up for me is going to be No Country for Old Men. You caught a little peek of the top 10 list.
I did.
We were laughing about that because
I tried not to look, but
yeah, he tried not to look, but he was like way too tempted. And he was like, I knew No Country for Old Men was gonna be in my top 10. Like, you motherfucker! You looked at my stack. Like, how dare you?
How dare?
How dare you? You've never seen it, right? Or have you seen it?
I've never seen it in its
entirety.
Never
seen No Country for Old Men.
I will admit, I've only seen like clips. I know what it's about,
dude.
10
out of 10. 10 out of 10 flick. But as far as like a movie goes, as far as being a masterpiece in 10 out of 10, and I don't just throw 10 out of 10s to anything. Like the other night, Kim and I went and we saw Nope. And when we were leaving Nope, she was like, that was a 10 out of 10. And I like look at her like this. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like, that movie was fucking awesome. Not a 10 out of 10. Don't you go throwing that out there like that.
Yeah, no, Nope was good, but I wouldn't say a 10 out of 10.
As far as 10 out of 10 goes, like, this is phenomenal. Totally grabs you from the first couple minutes.
The cattle prong.
Will you hold still?
That is a cool weapon to, like, take people out with.
Yeah, no, the cattle prong hooked up to a CO2 canister, right? And I guess that's how they killed cows for slaughter. Right? I think that's like the idea behind it. But dude, Javier Bardem in it is just like, he's such a fucking incredible villain. And
I like his bowl cut.
Yeah. He didn't like it though.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't.
He said he hated it. He was like, how do you expect me to like get any kind of ass, you know, with this kind of haircut? I just don't think there's a bad scene in it. I never feel bored watching it. For me, when I throw top 10 or 10 out of 10s out there, the biggest thing for me is like is there any point in time when I'm watching the movie do I feel like, it kind of loses me a little bit where it's like, I can tolerate this scene. With this movie, man, not a single time, man. I'm fucking in it for the whole ride. Um I have no desire to look at my phone, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in it the whole time, and it did it win best picture? Yeah, no, it won best picture. So that's incredibly Oscars, like that's prestigious as fuck, man. So this is gonna forever, hang in the hallway at the Kodak Theater or whatever theater it's named now. But yeah, no, you have to see it, man.
Yeah, I have to watch it in its entirety.
Maybe this will be a flick we watch over the weekend. Maybe.
Definitely, possibly.
Because,
we got a few flicks. So every time I come down here, we always watch like a stack of flicks. We got a couple, including again.
Steven's usually like the guy that's bringing down the flicks that we're gonna watch.
I'm normally curating.
Yeah, you're usually the curator. I very rarely curate. But I think this weekend might call for me to curate because I think it's time for you to watch it, dude.
All right.
Yeah. I want to see what you think.
Hey man, when I finally watched Darkman with you, like that was I was like, dude, that fucking movie.
Yeah. I showed him Darkman for the first time. That is like that's such a good fucking Sam Raimi, man. And
you could definitely see the layout for Spider-Man to come.
Sam Raimi has a very unique style, in my opinion. Darkman's awesome. We're definitely going off on tangents.
Yeah, we'll get back on.
Yeah, like we're talking No Country for Old Men, and now we're like
talking Dark.
Yeah, but it's falling into how I should definitely curate a little bit more because
I am so used to like curating films for like our friends up by me. Like I'm always the go-to. Like, yo, Steve, what movie you got to show us? So I usually like do the curating, but it's nice to take the back seat and let you curate.
Yeah, I've sat in the back seat for too long, my friend. So.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you've got. I know you guys can't see them, but there's like shelves, of movies that he has in his collection that I don't have in mine.
There's tons of shit that I have that I've never watched either.
So it'll be cool to get around to those.
Yeah, man. I'll throw something together and maybe some themey stuff, but No Country for Old Men for sure. So let's move on.
Number 6.
You got me.
Mallrats. One of my all-time favorite Kevin Smith movies.
Mine too. Honorable mention for me.
Jason Lee, one of my favorite actors. He was actually up. So he was up doing a signing at a photography gallery up in Kingston.
Okay.
But I was in Maine visiting friends. Otherwise, I would have met him and maybe tried to get this signed.
Dude, I have a Mallrats one sheet. Yeah, and I'm dying to get it.
You gotta.
Dude, I'm just dying to fucking meet Kevin Smith.
Dude, I could just throw this movie on at any time. It doesn't matter how like overplayed the jokes get to some. To me, I'm always gonna laugh at them. And why I love this movie so much too is I really connect with Brody's character. Like his love of like comics and shit is like how I feel about horror movies, where like he goes on these tangents about Superman and Lois needing a kryptonite condom to fucking have sex with Lois.
Shoot a load like
and they'll fucking exactly, dude. Exactly. That's how I feel when I'm talking. When he talks about horror movies.
I like when he talks to Stan Lee, right? Like Stan Lee's like trying to have like this really deep, like meaningful love conversation with Brody, and then all he like wants to talk about are like
superheroes, like private parts and shit.
Yeah. I just thought that was.
The cast is so fucking good. The movie is so.
Every Kevin Smith movie's cast.
I mean, us growing up next to the Palisades Mall. Like we're Mallrats. It's not fucking blood. I love going to the Palisades. I still go to the Galleria up by me. But yeah, so like I just really vibed with Brody's character and passion for like comics, and that's how I felt about horror movies. And also Jason Lee being a professional skater. When I saw this movie, I was in 10th grade and I was in the peak of like skateboarding. Like that was like the time where I was really getting all my best tricks in. So what a time to like, I saw this on Showtime and you know, it was like free on demand, so I just kept.
It was another dollar video day for me, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
That's
I
where
would have loved to rent this from the video store.
Yeah,
but
that's where I
saw it on Showtime.
I actually
Kept
just
replaying it on there.
I just bought the VHS tape actually when we went to VHS.
Yes, that's right.
Well, that was one of the ones. I definitely have it. I definitely like upstairs with all my other VHS stuff, dude. Like I know for a fact I have it already. But I had seen the tape and I was like, maybe if I don't, I'll grab it. But
yeah, Arrow gave this a nice release. In here, it's got the floor plans.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob's like fucking
like the Death Star.
yeah, the Death Star floor plans. Yep. Yeah,
dude,
man.
it's a nice-
Fucking
it's
Brody's
fucking way cool.
tangents make this movie. Just fucking so good.
Going along with them through the day.
Yeah.
was what I really enjoyed. You know, like being at the mall and I don't know, man, like being like you could smell the food court.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's just
Well, dude, anytime I go to the mall, I always got to stop for pretzels.
yeah,
And I also think about the chocolate pretzels.
yeah, the chocolate covered pretzel.
Yeah, dude.
Mr.
Staying
Spanning.
calm.
Mr. Spinning, how have you... Damn, would you feel that iron grip handshake? Like Burt Reynolds and shit.
Yep.
Really lays it in there on the soul. I like to fucking the most uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, like in the back of a station wagon.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, dude. Kevin Smith, his movies are, you know,
The dialogue is just and
they're standalone for
fucking
me.
so
like,
good.
like they're in a world of their own. Like I can't put them in with all of these, dude, because it's like I don't know. Kevin Smith movies to me are just like they mean a lot to me. I was having a conversation about Kevin Smith yesterday with some friends of mine, and you know, obviously I'm a lot more familiar with the trajectory of his career than you know they were. So we were talking about Tusk. And then we were talking about, you know, Clerks 3 and Zack and Miri and, you know, all that. And Dogma, of course.
yeah.
You know, like Dogma, like that's
Dude,
like
have you
a
seen the
masterpiece,
price?
man.
Have you seen the price of the Dogma DVD?
No,
It's insane.
really. I mean, I'm sure it's Miramax. It's long out of print.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It'll
It's insane. It's like over $100.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I own a copy of Dogma,
I
unfortunately.
don't. I borrowed one from my friend Jake. Jake, thanks if you're watching this for letting me borrow that copy and hold it down for a bit. It's returned safely.
So, keep this going.
Yeah, you're number 6.
My number 6. So I will say that my number 6 is Killer Clowns. This
Yeah.
is, you know, my number 6. Beautiful release, Arrow. I think
That's the exclusive slip.
yeah, this was like an FYE exclusive. But this movie, I don't know, man. Like it just hits me in a different way. I love the soundtrack. I love the acting. I love the clowns. I love how fun it is.
Yeah, Spike.
Fun fucking
Spikey
movie.
was my favorite.
Yeah,
clown.
Spike is the best, dude. Yeah,
That fucking laugh he does.
I just love it, man.
It's so
I
quotable.
I watch it. Yeah, it is.
I know you little fart.
Yeah,
You hang out with the Tragedy Brothers.
But yeah, dude, that's just like another one of those flicks, man, where there's just not a bad scene in my opinion. It's just so fucking entertaining throughout. It's got, you know, some horror. It's got some it's a lot of comedy,
Some sci-fi.
some sci-fi.
Like they definitely pay homage to like, you know, the Blob and shit. Like a lot of the older 50s sci-fi shit. They do pay homage to.
I had the pleasure of actually seeing the clown heads in person, like the original
So
ones.
jealous, man.
Yeah, when I went out to California for the first time, they had their old studio, the Kyoto Brothers, in Burbank. I fucking went out there and I just like walked in and there's some woman just sitting at the desk and I was like, "Hey, I heard that you have the heads here. Is this like a museum or something?" She's like, "No, like they're just there. Like go look." So there they were, dude, like in this glass case, man, just chilling there. Like it was just so surreal, like seeing them in person.
I remember getting those photos and being like, "Holy shit, dude!" Like,
Yeah, the real deals.
sculpts and shit.
Yeah. There's like some heads and some props and stuff that are out there, and I say till this day that like as far
Sean Clark have a
Sean Clark, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm super jealous of what Sean has as far as Killer Clowns screen use props goes. I say all the time that, you know, I'd give probably both testicles for something screen used, like a clown head or something. And I also say that with this Eric Draven, dude, like the screen used Eric
Oh, that
Draven
fucking-
costume is out there.
is that head, right? Or is that what you're talking about? Like, or are you just talking about it straight up?
No, his
Remember the mask though that they made? For the stunt double?
yeah. I think we could probably pause on the
Yeah.
Eric Draven conversation
Yeah, I
for
think so.
for right now.
Yeah.
It might be on the top 10. I don't know, but as far as screen used props goes, like The Crow, I would probably give a testicle for something from The Crow, and definitely Killer Clowns, even if it's just a little one of the little blasters from the movie.
Yeah.
Some of the heads
Which,
are out there.
dude, have you seen like last year Spirit Halloween was like releasing them?
I
missed out.
I missed out too.
But
when you miss out, you miss out.
Yeah, maybe they'll release them again now that we're approaching the Halloween season. Because
Hope so.
if that's the case, I'm picking up a blaster.
Yeah,
they do have more in stock. But...
And Trick or Treat Studios, I will say, has done a really fucking good job of the heads.
Yeah.
Of the masks. I have like a shorty, Dom Post from like the early mid 2000s. That thing's pretty awesome. I'll always keep that because Dom Post isn't around anymore. But I always wanted to get the masks that Trick or Treat Studios had, foam fill them, repaint them to imitate like what I had seen in person, as far as like the condition that they were in. Like I wanted to make them look worn and screen used and stuff like that for my own personal collection, to replicate what I had seen at their studio, the Kyoto Brothers studio. So, but the Trick or Treat Studio stuff is really cool too.
Dude, great number 6. It's not in my top 10.
I can't believe
but it's I know, but it's an honorable mention. If anything, it comes in at like number 11.
Okay.
All right.
Is it me or is it you?
It's me.
It's you.
Moving on to number 5.
I knew it. I knew this was on your
number 5.
Number 5 already?
I'm on number 5, man.
Awesome. Let's see it, babe.
'Cause there's thunder in your heart. Yeah, man. Turbo Kid. Fucking French Canadian film starring fucking Monroe Chambers, your dad, my uncle, Michael Ironside. If you guys have ever seen Nick's dad, he's Michael Ironside.
Yeah,
your dad is Michael Ironside,
just like fucking Michael.
But
Ironside.
Turbo Kid, man, dude.
First time I had ever seen this, you showed it to me.
Yeah, I show everyone this movie. I'm like, you need to see Turbo Kid at least once. It's like, imagine if Rad and Mad Max combined with over-the-top gore. And
it even says on the back, it says Mad Max
on a BMX. Yeah, Mad Max on a BMX. Dude, look at Skeletron over here. Like, what? Fucking badass motherfucker. You know, like, hell yeah, dude. I put you on to it.
So he put me on.
Yeah, man. Turbo Kid, again, great soundtrack, phenomenal gore and special effects, great acting, just such a fucking fun movie. You know, it came out in 2015. It's a more modern one, and it was 3 directors who.
Yeah, I find that to be very interesting.
Which, like, that's not something you hear very often, because like 2 of the directors, they're a couple, and the 3rd director is the brother.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
but
I'm not
they also did Summer of '84, which is another good movie worth checking out.
That movie kind of like flips it on its head.
Yeah, that fucking ending, you're like, holy shit.
You think it's going one way the whole time, but that was a good movie, man. So needless to say, though, that they're really good filmmakers.
Yes, they are. And I can't wait. A sequel is in development. But they're just waiting to get a better budget because they want to go bigger. This movie only had like a $50,000 budget, and what they pulled off for $50,000. $50,000, man. That's it. So
that's impressive for $50,000.
For $50,000,
really made that money.
They really fucking
Tears for Turbo.
Yeah, which was a short unused on ABCs of Death.
Yeah,
that was how they
developed.
That was
fascinating when you had told me that. Like, I love ABCs of Death was awesome. I feel. Just, I don't know, man, just having that anthology based A to Z of these horror movies was just, like, I don't know, I like the ABCs of Death a lot, but when you had told me that this was part of that...
That didn't make it to the comic.
Yeah, it didn't make it, I was just like, that's fucking awesome.
and they expanded on that idea, and they made it even fucking better, and they got great actors, and the girl who plays Apple, not in relation to Shia LaBeouf, but her last name is LaBeouf. I just can't remember.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but not in relation to Shia LaBeouf.
Shy.
Ah, man, just a wholesome fucking great character, and like, you know, just to see the things.
It was very, very Mad Maxy.
Yeah, so Mad Maxy, so fucking rad, to where they use Thunder in Your Heart from fucking Rad. I'm always, anytime I'm like driving down 17 and I gotta cover mileage, I throw on Thunder in Your Heart, and I'm ready to like burn rubber.
It's something that we have to revisit again, or at least.
Dude, I literally any
it's
of
so funny.
if you're a close friend of mine, I've most definitely shown you Turbo Kid.
Yeah,
if
my
we hang
dad's
out
right there, dude. My dad's on the back.
Yeah.
Man.
There's your dad, man, with his eye patch.
See him right there.
Yeah, legend. Fucking legend. I love this movie. It's a comfort film.
Comfort film?
Yeah, it is. It is. When I'm feeling sad, I throw on Turbo Kid.
That's what Killer Clowns is for me. Killer Clowns is a comfort flick, man.
Hell yeah.
Feeling down.
Throw on Turbo Kid.
There's another movie in my top 10 that's certainly comfort flick. Might even be one for you, even though it's not in your top. Is there anything else you'd like to say more about Turbo Kid?
No.
Aside from being excited to see the sequel.
Yes. So a sequel is in development, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for anything that team, RKSS, I think, is what their team is called, production company, if you will. I'm down for whatever they have. Keep giving me more movies. I think they just wrapped up another movie. I don't know what it is, but I follow some of their Instagrams, and they wrapped up shooting a movie, so they have something coming out. But still waiting on that Turbo Kid too. So hopefully they get the budget that they need, so they can do this right.
Fall, like, you know, like on the wayside or anything. Because like sometimes what ends up happening, and I can say that this is what happened with Rob Zombie. Devil's Rejects, I feel, is like his masterpiece, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody wanted a sequel after that. So like I'd give that like 3 years max. And then it loses the steam, right? And then he came out with 3 from Hell, however many years later. Just kind of fell, you know? So I hope that doesn't happen with Turbo Kid, but
I think they're really committed. They just need to get the money and the funding for it, because they're really ambitious with how they want to do the sequel.
They've talked about it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm all for it. If they want to do a Kickstarter, can sign me the fuck up. I am contributing to that, because I want to see Turbo Kid 2 made.
I think we'll definitely see it. We'll definitely see it made. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. All right, Nick, what's your number 5?
So my number 5 is 7. Another 10 out of 10. Another masterpiece. Yeah. David Fincher is my favorite director.
You know what's funny, dude? That's honestly, I think, the only David Fincher movie I think I've really seen is 7.
Really? Never seen Fight Club?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I've fucking seen... How did I not know that was David Fincher?
David Fincher did Fight Club.
Okay, so alright, I've seen 2 David Fincher films.
Dude, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, the reveal of Kevin Spacey as John Doe. The direction's amazing, the writing is incredible, the ending is fucking awesome.
Normally, dude, I'm not much into thrillers unless, like, they're Korean thrillers as of lately, but 7 is like...
Yeah, as far as like a crime thriller or just a thriller overall goes, man, I feel like this just kind of hits all the points. It leaves you wondering a lot of the time. You really want to know what the fuck is going on. It's killing these people based off of the 7 deadly sins.
I feel like that would pair good with what's that Nicolas Cage movie, Super
8. Oh, 8mm.
8mm.
Yeah, no, it would pair very good with the 8mm.
Someone needs to do like a double feature of that.
I think we will. I don't own 8mm, but that would be really good.
Yeah.
They might have came out around the same time as well.
That's what I'm saying. I think they came, like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, both movies.
Yeah, this was the late 90s, man.
Man, I'm kicking myself in the ass for not remembering that David Fincher did Fight Club.
You should be. This came out in 95. 95.
So, Brad Pitt had just done fucking Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
In 94, so...
His whole career up until that time was pretty awesome, too. Yeah. Brad Pitt in the 90s.
He was blowing up, man.
That's when he could. Have you ever seen him in Thelma and Louise?
No.
Dude, that's such a good movie. He was so good in that. He didn't really have a huge role, but like it's Brad Pitt.
All right, coming in at number 4. John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, you're gonna have to move it over. There you go.
There we go.
Oh man, some might say that that's his best.
You know, I wouldn't argue that.
I would.
Jack Barton, man. Kurt Russell, dude. Fucking
Can never go wrong.
Egg Shen. Got the grandfather from fucking Three Ninjas. Again, I grew up with Three Ninjas, so fucking, and you got Victor Wong. As David Lopan, I'm pretty sure.
Lopan.
Yeah, we saw him in full costume at Monster Mania, but we didn't meet him because his table was already closing down because he had a long enough line. But it was still cool to see him in fucking costume. So this movie, I'd first seen with my cousin Sal on VHS, and I don't know, like, I think at the time, my young mind was just a little distracted.
Yeah.
So I didn't fully embrace it, but then I watched it a few years later with Desio and Eric because they were raving about it, and they put it on. I was like, oh wait, I've seen this movie. But then I really gave it like my full attention because I was a few years older. And man, from the fucking fights to the John Carpenter like score,
Dude, it's like a big movie.
Dude, it is, and it's weird because it was considered a flop.
Yeah, I can't really see how that could be.
But so was The Thing.
I will argue and I'll say that The Thing is John Carpenter's best flick.
Very debatable, and
this is the
I
show.
kind of agree. Yeah, this is Scream Factory. Sorry, yep, Scream Factory release.
The Arrow.
Man, dude, just so fucking quotable. Like fucking Kurt Russell, dude. Just what a fucking guy, man. Jack Burton always says at a time like this, oh, what the hell. Like I fucking love it. Or my favorite, I always use this quote when I'm in a fucking...
What was his truck called?
The Pork Chop Express.
Pork Chop Express.
So, my job, sometimes I have to drive a wheelchair van. Anytime I gotta go long distance in that big old wheelchair van, I throw on the fucking opening credits. I feel like I'm fucking trucking. Just fucking... Yeah, dude, just in the vibe. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man.
I never saw this movie up until maybe last year, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
As much as like John Carpenter is like one of my favorite filmmakers, I'd never seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I'm happy you finally got that because you've been missing out.
Oh, I was, for sure.
Fucking Lords of Death.
Yeah, dude.
The Three Storms, man.
Yeah. That scene is amazing, dude.
The fucking alley.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the fucking soundtrack. What the
fuck is gonna happen here? Like, what is going on?
Quiet, Jack.
Yep.
Don't make a sound. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
Yo. Big Trouble in Little China fucking rules, man. And, like, again, going back to, like, whenever I find myself in a tough situation, I always say, like Jack Burton does, look, I'm a reasonable guy. I've just seen some pretty unreasonable things, Because that quote is just so fucking relatable at times with the shit I see.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, dude. Just, again, in like, that whole ending fight scene, the final arcade as it's tracked in the soundtrack. Ah, dude, you got fucking, Wang, dude. Him and the one fucking windstorm, dude. Just the way they're fighting in the fucking air. Dude, that totally, and like, what is it, Lightning? That all set up for, like, what was to come with Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Like, you can't tell me that they didn't get the idea for Raiden without looking and watching.
That's like where my head went when I had actually seen them.
That's 100% inspiration for Raiden.
Yeah, some shit's pulled.
He was my favorite, the Lightning guy.
Yeah, I think he was mine as well.
Also, you got the one Jack Dude Thunder. Like, yeah, man, just so many fucking cool characters. And again, like, the Lords of Death Street Gang. What a name for a fucking gang. Like, that's so badass. The Lords of Death. Hey, Wang Chi, looking for us? They know your name. They know your... Dude. I can sit there and fucking quote this movie like anytime, man. This is one too where if I'm feeling shitty, you throw on Big Trouble in Little China, you're gonna have a fucking good time guaranteed.
Yeah.
And plus Kim Cattrall, what a babe.
It's a good time throughout. Number 4 now, right?
Yeah.
You have a flick that's in your top 10 that you're gonna rule as being like the definitive vampire movie. And I'm gonna argue you, and I'm gonna say that this is the definitive vampire movie.
Okay.
Vampire movie ever. In my opinion.
In your opinion, yeah.
Yeah. So what is not to like about, the Lost Boys? Like, the cast of characters is incredible. You got the two Coreys.
Yeah.
You have Kiefer Sutherland.
You got Cry Little Sister.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as vampire movies goes, like, I don't know, dude, this is just it for me. What do you think about the Lost Boys?
Oh man, I think it's a fucking fantastic film. Another honorable mention. Maybe it'll come in.
It's not in your top?
It's not in my top.
That's shocking.
Which it is because I grew up on this movie. Like, my dad and mom watched it a lot. This was always in rotation on their VCR.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make my top 10, no, but fucking dude,
just like that.
The soundtrack again. It really is. It's the I Still Believe fucking saxophone. Yeah, man. And like, when they're gearing up, the Frog Brothers and everything at the end.
Frog Brothers are great.
Frog Brothers. Try holy water, death breath.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's like, God, that don't work. We just nailed the one that looked like Twisted Sister. Dude, hell yeah. Man.
Alex Winter, I forgot that he was actually in it too. Alex Winter's in it.
Yeah, he's the first to go. You killed Marco.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, it's not in my top 10, but I'd be remiss to say it is an honorable mention and is a fucking great vampire movie.
That's actually getting a 4K release.
Yeah, and they've been selling like fucking wildfire. So
didn't know that.
We'll see. Maybe I'll be able to pick up the release, but
that's all I have is the DVD copy, and it's
classic.
It's just always
how DVDs first came, man. In cases like those.
Where the fuck is it,
Nick?
Dude, that's not good.
That's not good. We got a missing disc here. That's not on
There it is.
Holy shit, bro.
Maybe it's
Code
in the
Red.
DVD player.
Maybe
I was watching it. I don't remember watching it, but I do wonder why.
I'm very anal. The minute I get done, the shit's going back in its case and going back in the shelf.
Yeah,
so I'm very meticulous about
you know where it is. That's fucked up.
My movies.
I'll find it.
Some fan you are.
Yeah, I know some fan I am.
So I'm gonna argue, that your comment about being the best vampire movie, because my number 3.
Ooh,
right.
That's a good argument.
Fucking love Fright Night so much. That's the Eureka release. That is a great remake.
It's a good remake.
R.I.P. Anton Yelchin, right?
Yeah, Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, rest in peace. Gone way too soon. That was a good remake, but you can't beat Chris Sarandon, fucking Roddy McDowell. Oh man, dude. Especially Chris Sarandon. Welcome to Fright Night.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Now, we wouldn't want to wake your mother, would we, Charlie? Then I'd have to kill her, too.
Right up!
Like, dude, the makeup effects are fucking phenomenal. I love the club scene. I love the whole premise of, like, your neighborhood's always been pretty chill, but, some neighborhoods, you've always got that one neighbor that you're just like, what the fuck is that dude about?
Yeah.
And you get curious.
Like my neighbor I have currently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I always thought this was like a pretty quiet.
He's cool. But I don't know.
He's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
We have to see if he's a vampire, man.
I've been tempted to it.
Nick's neighbor's a vampire.
Yeah, he might be.
But
it's movies like that which will, make you wonder.
It's like, what the fuck are my neighbors up to?
What the fuck is he up to?
Yeah, man.
What's all that noise and screeching and shit?
Roddy McDowell fucking playing the horror movie host as team up with fucking Charlie Brewster.
Mm-hmm.
Homage to Vincent Price, obviously, with his Peter Vincent, name. Oh, dude, just like so many good scenes, and like also there's one point where in the background children shouldn't play with dead things is playing on the TV,
Mm-hmm.
and also Octoman, which was one of Rick Baker's like first makeup projects or gigs. So I love that they have those movies playing on in the background. Just the whole final encounter in the house, like you've got the creepy old house. It's the setting is perfect. I love that it's in like a fucking suburban neighborhood,
Right.
whereas like it's just like evil comes to the town instead of like the traditional vampire stories. You go to Dracula's castle,
Right.
whereas like the vampire comes to your town. And he's so charming. Chris Sarandon is so dude. Jerry's the man, bro. That man just undresses people with his eyes. Like when he first encounters,
He's got the like what
dude,
like what he
lady
wears.
sex appeal. Who do you know makes a fucking gray sweater look so sexy?
I'm
Only
seeing
Chris
him like
Sarandon
I'm
does.
seeing him like right in front of me,
Yeah, I'd first seen this during AMC's Fright Fest. It came on at like 1:00 in the morning, and Desio slept over, and we watched it from start to finish. Fucking next thing you know, it's like 3:30 in the morning. But it left such an impression. I ended up getting on DVD later, and then like this Eureka release, it's got the "You're So Cool, Brewster" documentary, which is a great documentary. So I definitely recommend this release if you're a big fan of Fright Night. But I have to say, I'm gonna die on this hill.
You're gonna die on that hill.
I'm gonna die on this hill that Fright Night is.
Hill that these are.
This is the definitive 80s vampire flick, in my opinion.
So they were like right after another. Like we, it's funny though that like.
Yeah, it's funny how those synced up like that. Totally unplanned. Yeah, You're So Cool, Brewster. Fucking what a quote. Fucking Evil Ed, man, what a character.
Yeah, Evil Ed was cool.
Dude, he was.
Do you think that they were setting up for a sequel with him, right? At the end?
Yeah. I mean, you hear his laugh and the fucking light up eyes at the end, and then I don't know, Stephen Jeffries just went off and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do porn."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard that.
I mean, I would have. Yeah. I wish he would have continued his
career path.
Yeah, but he's very enjoyable in 976 Evil. He's in that. I wish he did like a lot more horror movies because I thought he brought a lot to the table. And Evil Ed, what a fucking character. But yeah, Fright Night is my number 3. I was actually hoping, because this is an August release movie, that we were gonna have some time to watch.
We could definitely
Fright Night. I definitely want to throw that into the loop.
I would say that we could like do a double feature, but I mean,
womp womp womp.
I should
be missing this.
I don't know.
Guess you're really gonna have to get that new 4K release, huh, Nick?
I'm actually
Zavia exclusive,
huh?
Zavia exclusive.
It is, right?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
So moving on now.
Your number 3.
My number 3.
We're really getting down to it now.
Yeah. Top 3 now. So my number 3 is The Goonies.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So The Goonies has always had such a special place in my heart ever since I was a kid. The cast is amazing. The adventure.
Yeah.
Like, you are in this adventure the whole fucking time. Like, you want to be a Goonie.
Yeah.
Like, who didn't want to be a Goonie?
Nah, you're right, man. I wanted to go fucking find
Right.
Pirate's treasure with my best friends.
Like, it's a wholesome flick, man. And, I mean, you just...
Data was my favorite.
Data?
It used to be
Double O
Mouth.
Negative?
It used to be Mouth, but as I've gotten older, bro, Data rules.
Yeah, Data was
And
awesome.
that actor's just had a resurgence. There was an action A24 movie that he was in. I'm drawing a blank, but I've heard great things about it. And for a while, like, he just did not do movies. So who knows? He might have a revival now because
there's always been talks about a Goonies sequel, and I'm so glad it never happened.
Yeah, because
you can't recreate that magic, in my opinion. There's just something just like I can't say it enough, man. Like, super wholesome about it, man. Like, it makes me feel good watching it.
Yeah, it's a feel good.
It's a feel good.
Would you say it's a comfort movie?
Comfort movie, 100%.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one I watched with Anthony Desio and Eric. They put me onto the Goonies.
And this release is awesome too, man. Like this was this is like one of the newer 4Ks. But yeah, no, that's my number 3, man.
That's a good pick, man.
Yeah.
I definitely, again, not my top 10, but I'm always down for Goonies.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Can never go wrong with Goonies.
The Fratellis.
The Fratellis,
The
man.
Fratellis, man. Bullet holes the size of matzo balls. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. You ever see the deleted scene where the giant octopus is like by the ship?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you like octopus.
No, they're not like ridiculous. It wasn't Jaws that kept me out of the water. It was tentacles.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen tentacles.
Definitely should visit that. I gotta get Kino Lober, I think, did a nice Blu-ray release with a really cool slip. I gotta pick that up. As much as that film scares me.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it during Fear Fest, Monster Fest, AMC. And good Jaws ripoff.
I like a good rip.
Yeah. And it's Italian ripoff. Italians know their ripoffs. They do it the best.
So I mean, dude, we're on
our fucking top 2.
Top 2s.
It's really going down. And I think it's safe to say that these are both both our number 2s and our number 1s are going to be the same because they were both films that helped create our bond.
Yeah,
I
for
think.
sure.
You know, these two movies,
Especially one of them,
for sure. So, without a doubt, my number 2, our number 2,
and it's the same copy.
it's The Crow.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Brandon Lee. Fuck yeah. What a masterpiece.
The best. And I was bound, and I'm not to interrupt you, but I was seriously bouncing around with this, and I was like, should I make this my number 1? Should I make my number 1 my number 2?
Yeah.
Because when we did the VHS Fest video, I went on the record as saying that
Your number 1 was your favorite.
my number 1 was my favorite, but after thinking through all of this, I was like, is it? I was like, you know what? It is. But I'm going to say also, my number 2 is The Crow.
Yeah, we might as well talk about it together. We don't need to talk about it separately.
I know the first time that I had seen it was with you.
Yep, had a VHS copy. That was my dad's. He was a big Crow fan. He had that, and he had City of Angels on VHS. So those
I
were.
love City of Angels.
Yeah, that's a good
great
sequel. It's nothing's gonna beat the first one.
You think I'm afraid?
Fucking Iggy Pop, man.
You think I'm afraid?
You think I'm afraid? You think I'm afraid?
Dude, first off, I mean, just Brandon Lee as Eric Draven.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
so good, and this is why, like, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this remake because this is Brandon's movie. This is his legacy. I can't imagine anyone else. I mean, I know we said that we like the
I
sequel.
thought Jason Momoa did kind of look cool in the makeup, but that is on my list of movies that shouldn't be touched.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is.
I mean, Bill Skarsgård is playing
Great actor, but
Draven.
I'm sorry, man. I don't want to fucking.
It's gonna happen whether we want it
Yeah.
or not.
I mean, it's become very popular in like pop culture. Like, so many people now know The Crow. But man, dude, the 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. Dude, the Crow
cover,
soundtrack.
The Crow soundtrack, dude.
The soundtrack is amazing. That's something that like you can I still throw on when I'm driving around, listen to that soundtrack. Yep. Visually, the movie is phenomenal. Top dollar.
You know, my daddy used to say, every man's got a devil, and you can't rest till you find him.
Michael Wincott.
Yeah.
One of the best villains. It's just so much I connect with, like the loss of a loved one, losing my dad at the age of 6.
I connect to this a lot more as an adult. It's definitely experiencing loss.
Exactly, and it was just this movie is a way to stay connected to my dad. Because he fucking loved this movie, so this was always on our VCR. Man, it just sucks, with Brandon's passing.
What his career would have been
exactly
after this.
Like, he was really just starting to pop off with The Crow.
That was his role, man.
Yeah.
That was his role, and he would have fucking skyrocketed after this.
Nick and I will literally sit here and quote the whole movie back and forth. Like we'll be at like parties or events.
Fire it up! Fire it up!
And people are like, what the fuck are they talking about? Some road bears. Yeah.
That's our thing, we
T-Bird.
Yeah. We have a
I
lot
feel
of
like
fun.
a worm on a big fucking hook.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Man. We have a lot of fun doing it. We actually we revisit it,
Probably almost once a year, man.
together, which
Yeah.
is really nice. Because we used to watch the fuck out of it when we were
Dude,
young.
that scene of Brandon putting on the makeup.
That's my favorite
Dude,
scene.
Eric, bro,
I think that's my
Burn.
favorite scene ever, dude. It's
Fucking Burn from The Cure playing. Oh man, I used to recreate it with my great grandmother's powder. She'd get pissed at me.
yeah.
I'd sit there and like powder my face and just like.
That scene is amazing, and then the scene where he's running on the rooftops.
Oh hell yeah, the Dead Souls fucking cover. Yeah.
That is another phenomenal fucking scene.
Yeah.
But I will say though that I think that makeup scene, is like my favorite scene out of any movie ever.
Yeah, and then just the way it's just revealed, the flash of lightning.
Yeah.
In that fucking window.
Yeah, it's actually
On the back of your shirt. Yeah, man. Another comfort movie for me.
Yeah.
I can throw it on any time and just like, after a long day.
I don't think there's any movie like it personally, but that's why I struggle, between that and our
Number one.
number one. So
And I get that.
Halloween, all right,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, we each have our own releases.
So Halloween is our
the
number
OG,
one.
the one, the immortal, the classic Halloween.
So what is it about Halloween that you love so much?
I think it comes back to my dad again. So the first time I ever processed that I was watching a movie was Halloween. My dad threw it on. I think it was close to Halloween time. And at 4 years old, I have a very distinct memory. My eyes were drawn to the screen. I heard the fucking Halloween theme and just seeing the shape there. And I was so terrified, but I could not look away. My dad, I think he was definitely seeing how affected I was getting by it. So he had the Don Post, The Mask, all right?
Nice.
Which I regret that I still don't have that mask. Because, that
Does it mean
mask,
something
it
to
means something to me. It was his, and it's just got a lot of history, and it's a Don Post mask. At the time, that was the mask to get before independent artists started, really making their own. So I, at the time, was in Sunday school.
Nice.
And yeah, fucking great time. Well, I had come back after a day of Sunday school, and I had to really pee.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the bathroom, about to piss my pants, and I hear something fall in the shower. So for some reason, I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna just pick up. Here's my dad in a fucking Dickies coverall with the mask on, holding a butcher knife, and I pissed my pants.
Did you?
Yeah, I pissed all over
Nice.
myself, and he was laughing hysterically. My mom kicked him in the nuts for it. But yeah, that Michael Myers, dude, it's the Halloween franchise is my favorite horror franchise.
Yeah,
I
same.
think Michael Myers is truly terrifying, especially in the first one. Like, he really is he's the shape, dude. He just appears in and out. You never know when he's
Never
going
know
to strike.
where he is.
He's always stalking, lurking. That's just so fucking scary to me. And it's just,
Yeah.
to this day, I'll still watch it and I'll still kind of get chills.
I remember the first scene that I'd seen from Halloween was when Jamie Lee had went to the Wallace house. It's just like that house of horrors, she finds PJ Souls and she
They're all propped up.
yeah, they're all propped up, and then when she starts walking into the hallway, she's standing by the doorway, and then you see Michael in the doorway, and you just start to see the face coming out of it,
my God.
and then he stabs her in the arm, and then she
Dude,
falls down.
How he fades into that?
Yeah, and then she falls down the fucking staircase and stuff, and then I was just like, holy shit.
And then it kicks in, dent, as he's making his way down the stairs. And it's just like, dude, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that scared
it's so
the
fucking
shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was
I got,
very young.
I got fucking goosebumps talking about
same.
it.
Yeah, I remember that was my first introduction into
That scene right there.
into it. Yeah. I don't remember where I'd seen it, but I was like, fucking hooked after that. I was like, I have to see the rest of this movie.
Dude, all my dad had to do was turn on, like, the theme, and I'd start crying as a kid. Because for some reason, I thought that would summon Michael,
Yeah.
or he would go suit up and, even though knowing it was my dad, like, 4 or 5 years old, fucking
Yeah,
terrified.
you're still a little unsure.
Yeah,
You're like,
this
it
is
could
like-
fucking be Michael.
Yeah.
That could be him.
I thought Michael Myers was real, dude. I thought that was all, like, real at the time. I was like, I'm a fucking kid, but it's just a film that stuck with me all these years later. I'm very particular. Like, I save Halloween, so, like, every October I do, like, 31 films, mostly horror, but all have to be Halloween or fall related. This and Halloween 2, the original, always get saved for Halloween night.
Yeah.
You start with one and you go right
will
into two.
not.
I will not watch this unless it's Halloween. It's got it.
You're very.
I'm very theme oriented to my own detriment because it's like an OCD thing.
It's okay.
But
We all
I'm
have
very
something.
I'm very theme oriented with my movies, especially like during the times of the year.
You will not digress from your watch list either.
No, if my so a lot of people will hit me up during October and be like, "Yo, let's watch some horror movies," and I'm just almost like, "Yeah, now you want to fucking hit me up to watch horror movies?" Where it's like, like it's either got to be on my list or I'll give you some recommendations. Go watch them yourself, because like I follow my list every October. I have to get through that watch list by Halloween. And it's always got to end with Halloween 1 and 2.
What I like to do, so October 31st, I like to watch Halloween, right? And then after Halloween, I like to watch Halloween 2, but I have to end Halloween watching Trick or Treat.
That's a good one to end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
That's an honorable mention of mine,
Yeah.
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treats. Yes. This has been fun talking about our top 10 films. Again, sorry if it was a little long-winded, but we figured what better way to get to know us than to
I mean, we have fun just sitting here shooting the shit.
shooting the shit, man. That's what this is all about. Just two movie collectors shooting the shit and talking about shit we're into.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, if you like what you've been watching and or listening to, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, rate, review, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps the channel grow.
Look, yeah, man. So let's conclude episode 1, the pilot.
The pilot.
And
Till next time.
till next time. Later.